Alright, so let's look at this question here, which is a pretty interesting question. So we are told to solve this, given the curve equation at this point is 20, we are told to solve for a and n. I think the question here will be better if they include that where n is not equals to -1, because if it's -1, we may need to use a logarithmic function, the log derivative. But in this case, I'll just assume that it's not equals to -1, okay? So when x equals to 1/3 and y equals to 2/3, we're given at dy dx is equals to 20. So this is given from this statement here. Okay, so I think the first thing is we could either sub this inside, or we can just dy dx. I'm just dy dx first. So dy dx, remember using chain rule, the outer layer, then the inner layer here. So this case here will be 2/3 n ax minus 1 n minus 1 times a. Okay, so this is the case here. So chain rule. So once we get that, so when x is equals to 1/3, we know that dy dx is actually 20. This is 2/3 n a 1/3 a minus 1 and minus 1. All right, so that's that. Of course, we have two unknowns. We need to put into another equation to be able to find. We need two equations essentially. So I'm going to substitute this into the original equation. So we know that when x equals to 1/3, y equals to 2/3, we will also know that this is 2/3 equals to 2/3 1/3 x minus 1 to the power of n. No, sorry, this is 1/3 a. Okay, 1/3 a. So this case here, now what we could do is just substitute this inside, but the thing is it looks very complicated. Say this is 1. All right, what we could do is replace the whole thing in, but it's not going to help us, because after which we will still have a and n in the equation, right? So what I can do is just examine this. We're going to try and just understand, because 1 is a very interesting what do you call it, constant here. So something indices, right? Something about n here, something about n is equals to 1. So we ask ourselves, what would then be 1? So the answer is m to the power of 0 is 1. Note that n to the power of 0 is 1. Or when 1 to the power of k will also be 1. Okay, so essentially to get a 1 here, there are two conditions. It's either this power here is 0, or the one which the base here, I just do this up, this one here is 1. Okay, so there are two cases here. So if this holds true, so it is implied that either m is 0 or 1/3 a minus 1 is equals to 1. Okay, that's 1. That is the thing that we need to take note of. So what we do is we need to ask ourselves which one to do we need to accept both or reject one of it? I think for this kind, when n is 0 here, y, the curve will just be 2/3 ax minus 1 to the power of 0, which means this is y equals to 2/3, which means dy dx is equals to 0, which reject, okay, as dy dx at x equals to 2/3 1/3 is equals to 20. Okay, so now we just have to, so this is rejected, so we know that 1/3 a equals to 2, so a is equals to 6. So a is equals to 6 there. So once a equals to 6, we're done. Then I'm going to sub a equals to 6 into this equation now. So this equation will be of use already. So I'm just going to substitute a equals to 6 into 1. That will be 20 equals to 2n times 6 there. And multiplied by 6. And I know that 1/3 a minus 1 is 1. Right, so it's just 1 to the power n minus 1, so it's just 1. So in this case, I'm going to take 22 times 6 divided by 3 will be 4. And so n is equals to 20 divided by 4, which is 5. Okay. So this case here, That's it. I think A is 6 and N is 5. So this is how you do this question proficiently. If you have any questions at all, please let us know and I'll see you in the next question.